Warning, this video contains flashing lights. Hello gorgeous people, what is going on? And welcome back to another video. In today's video, we are back again going over the series, The Batman Analog Horror. Now, I have made a video on this series before already, so if you haven't seen that one, I highly recommend you watch that one first. The link to that will be in the description down below. But basically, in this series, Batman is a lot creepier than the one that we're used to. He straight up kills some criminals and is kidnapping kids and transforming them. In today's video, we have 3 new videos to go over in this series, which actually give us a lot more information about the Batman, about the kids that he's taken, and about the main criminals that we know from the Batman series in Gotham. As always, all the videos that we watched today were created by Siltrics, whose link to their channel will be at the top of the description down below. Please be sure to go and support your analog horror content creators. And last thing before we jump in today, don't forget to check out GAMERSUPPS. The link is in the description down below, and you could use code IMMORTAL at checkout to get 10% off your entire order. Now, alright guys, enough of me yapping. Let's jump right in. Tape 7. Prisoner. 1962. I'm Jason Todd. I was one of the missing. So he got away? This is a photo of the man who kidnapped me. I'm going to tell you all that happened to the other people and why the Bat does what he does. I love this. Immediately we're gonna get some answers. So first I'll tell you how I got taken. I'm from a really crappy side of Gotham. My dad was crook who abandoned me and my mom. Because of this, my mom started to abuse drugs, so I had to start trying to provide. I stole car parts and wheels and sold them. Then my mom died of an overdose. Jesus. So I was left all by myself. Alright. I had no choice but to keep scrapping parts just to make some money. One night, when I was out, I saw this strange car. The Batmobile? The Batmobile? Okay. It looked like the car was worth a lot, so I got excited. Is that like a specific version of the Batmobile from one of the other series? So I started to unscrew the wheels. Then out of nowhere, I got knocked out by someone. Yeah, Batman probably wouldn't like that you tried stealing his wheels, bro. I don't remember much, but I was tied up and gagged in the car. I then woke up in a cell, in a cave, and there were other people there. I made friends with one of the guys, Richard, Dick, who was a performer. Unfortunately, Dick was the first to turn. Okay, so they definitely are transforming or something. The Bat used some sort of drug made out of a modified version of some substance known as venom. Isn't that what Bane uses? Doesn't Bane use something like labeled venom? For some reason, I was one last to go through the procedure, even though I was the 4th person he took. The woman before me was a robber who went by the name Catwoman, who the Bat had a thing for. This is a photo of the Catwoman. It looks like a mix of like a Batwoman and Catwoman costume, to be honest. She tried to put up a fight, but got put down and taken somewhere. Then it was my turn, which was actually earlier because one of the prisoners got out. I was then led and tied to a chair where the Bat started the process not before telling me about himself. He told me about the butler. His name was Alfred. He told me how he was like a father to him, especially after his parents died. But he died a few weeks after his parents' funeral due to a stroke. He then asked me about my family, thinking I still had one. When I told him I didn't, he froze. He realized we both had dead parents. He then started asking me about joining him to rid Gotham of the criminals. I told him that he needed serious help and called him a lunatic. He didn't like that response and released a gas called fear toxin. The restraints were removed, so I used this opportunity to run. When I ran, I felt like I was being followed. Probably because of the fear toxin. Then something attached to me and tried pulling me back. It was a sort of rope. Luckily, there was a sharp, bat-shaped object that fell, which I used to cut myself loose. I then saw him chasing after me, although he didn't look like how he did before. When I was exiting the cave, he just stopped. After I was able to run out of the house, I started to hear rumbling. Then the house blew up. I just barely made it out. The cops came fast and asked me questions. They then asked me to draw a picture of him. This is the image I drew. Nah. Oh, okay, we'll go back for that. Okay, first of all, Mr. Jason Todd, you are an artist, because that is an incredible drawing. You talk about making Batman look creepy and disturbing, and it says, I see you. This gave me unknowingly vibes with this is the image that I drew, and then it fades in, kind of like this is what he looked like now, and then it shows it, you know what I'm saying? Like Godzilla unknowingly reference, you know what I mean. So that video actually adds a ton of information to the story and kind of puts the story in an interesting order for us. So you remember in the last video I made, the last segment that we watched was a video called Names. And that one actually takes place after the story that Jason Todd just told us. So let's go over the order real quick. So Jason Todd gets kidnapped by the Bat. He tries to put venom in him. He ends up escaping, getting hit with some fear toxin. And then as he's leaving, Wayne Manor, or the house that he refers to, gets blown up. Then in the video Names, we find out that Wayne Manor burned down and the police were there, and then the police end up leaving. The reason why the police were even there was because Jason Todd had escaped from there, and they were like trying to get his story and trying to find out everything that happened. That's why Jason Todd draws them the picture of the Bat. But then after the police left Wayne Manor, Tim Drake goes in and explores the ruins of Wayne Manor, ends up finding the Bat Cave, and he ends up getting taken by the Bat as well. I hope that makes sense as far as order goes. But there's also a lot of other information that we get here, and a lot more questions too. For example, we now know that the Bat is using a modified version of Venom, which from research and things that I know already, I believe Venom is what Bane uses to get all strong and muscular and increases his strength and endurance and everything like that. And I believe there's a few different variations throughout the comics. So it's interesting that the Batman is using his own variation, and he's using it on the Bat family. Like he was gonna use it on Jason Todd here. And that probably is what's making all of the Bat family look and act so weird. And it's probably also what's making the Bat in this be so grotesque looking and dark and weird compared to usual. So the question is, what exactly is modified about it? It does seem like it's probably still making him super strong and agile, but it must be taking away from his physical visibility too, if that makes sense. Because we know he just looks disgusting and horrible from what we saw in the last video with his teeth and everything and his skin. But it definitely does confirm that he's putting this venom into the Bat family to make them just like him. And another interesting thing is that he's using fear toxin here. And fear toxin is like the Scarecrow's signature. So we're still seeing the Batman kind of take and use things from the criminals that he's taken down. Like we learned in the first video way back that he took Killer Croc's eyes and teeth, that he took Man-Bat's arms, and maybe he defeated the Scarecrow and Bane in this universe and took both the venom and the fear toxin. And now he's using it for his own gain. Now, I think it makes sense that Jason Todd says that when he looks back at the Bat looks different, and that's because he's being affected by the fear toxin. So Batman definitely looks way scarier than he actually appears. And we also do get confirmation that Alfred died way earlier in this universe than usual, which is probably what helped lead Batman down this super dark, disturbing path because he didn't have someone like Alfred to help kind of guide him and make sure that he was okay during all this. Bruce was totally alone. Now, in the description for this video, it also says, I'm going to make sure he gets sent to hell. And I believe that's probably coming from Jason Todd. So Jason Todd is probably definitely against the Bat now. Also, as far as the whole story about like him trying to take parts off the Batmobile, I believe that's pretty comic accurate. Correct me if I'm wrong. Again, like I've watched and read several different versions of Batman and I'm not sure which ones are from which. So just try to correct me in the comments if you can. I would love to know more. But all right, let's go on to the next video now. Tape 8, Owl Hijack, 1963.
Any place, any time is a good time for Coke.
Ah, yes, we love a Coke ad. Please don't copyright me for this. Oh, there we go. Hold up. All right, we're gonna go frame by frame there because I had to have missed something there. Okay, I'm not sure what that is on the floor. Oh, hold on, we got a symbol here. Okay, that must be the owl symbol. That's a pretty cool shot. Looks like a person sitting on a long couch there. The owl, okay. Send the talon for the bat's head. They watch you at your hearth, they watch you in your bed. Speak not a whispered word of them, or they'll send a talon to strike you dead. I'm gonna be completely honest, I wasn't a huge fan of that video just because most of it was just a Coca-Cola ad up until the very end. But we do get to learn that we have another group of people after the Bat now, which is the Court of Owls, which I believe in the Batman story, the Court of Owls is like an underground, like very hidden organization that tries to rule Gotham from the shadows. But in this case, they're just coming out and straight up saying like, listen, we're coming for the Batman's head. So now we got Jim Gordon, Jason Todd, and the Court of Owls all trying to go against the Bat now. Yeah, so really not too much to say on that one. That was pretty self-explanatory. Let's just jump into the next one, I guess. Tape 9, Crime, 1963. Since the Bat died, crime has risen again. Did I miss a video? I didn't. Oh, because did the Bat die when Wayne Manor blew up? Was that like, oh, I'm dead? Like kind of like a cover-up thing? So we know he isn't dead, but I guess everyone else thinks that he's dead. There are many different criminals, many of which are very dangerous, but there is one who is the worst of them all. He's killed over 30 people in the past few years. Damn, okay. I'm interested to learn more about the criminals in this universe. It's the patient the Bat left alive. He goes by the Joker. Patient Zero, okay. Yeah, okay. He alone causes the murder toll to rise significantly. Most of the murders committed are towards rival gang members like the Falcones and the Bertinellis, as well as the homeless. He might have also thrown a chemical at the mayor's face. Nope, go back, go back. He's always watching. The Joker had many different names he went by during his crimes. One of them was linked to the murder of the Waynes. You can always tell if it's the Joker's work because of the smiles on the corpses. And he also leaves something related to the bat. It's always watching. Here's a drawing he left. That's a sick. Those are sick drawings. It seems that since Joker killed the bat's parents, it seems to be stalking and tormenting him. But will never kill him. Of course, the police won't do anything because most of them are corrupt and have relations with various different crime lords. Protests, looting, and other crimes are also on the rise. Gotham will fall. Dent must go. Two-faced liar. Also due in part that the mayor got acid thrown to his face and went mad, so many people celebrated. All this chaos just because someone decided that the bat is dead. They made fun of it too, with the fake owl hijack that the news put on during that Coke commercial. So that was fake? Obviously the owls are fake, just an old urban legend. Oh, okay, fake. At least for now, no more missing kids. Just weird crazies on the street. Riddler too? Okay. Everyone hates living there, but to live there is extremely cheap. After my daughter was killed, I stepped down as the captain of the police and got enough money to move out of there. If you're watching this and in Gotham, you better pray to your God because only he can save you all now. And the bat is not dead. He is in fact... What... Well, it looks like Gordon's dead. Alright, of course we're gonna go back to see that flashing text. The bat is not dead. He in fact is watching you right now. Watching you right now. Not the bat. Ah, because it was actually the Joker that was watching him that pulled up. Yeah, this looks like a view of the Joker's face through like a door peephole. Okay, so basically crime went down significantly when the bat was on a rampage because he was just taking down, killing criminals, destroying them pretty much. So obviously criminals were like, all right, nah, I'm not going to be a criminal because I'm going to get destroyed by the bat. But then after the rumor of the bat is dead circling around, the criminals are like, all right, we could come back in full force now. And it seems like the Joker is the one that's mainly aware like the bat isn't dead. He keeps leaving drawings of him around. But we know that the Batman has messed with the Joker already in this series by killing everyone in Arkham except for him and kind of just messing with his head. So I'm sure the Joker wants to get back at him. The Joker's going on a rampage now and is trying to like lure him out. So we have the Joker now, and he threw a chemical at the mayor's face, who is Harvey Dent, who clearly will now become Two-Face. And then we also got hints of the Riddler here. And then also Jim Gordon thinks that the whole owl thing was like fake, but that's just because I guess he doesn't believe they're real, which again, the Court of Owls operates from the shadows. Like nobody's really supposed to know that they exist. So clearly that must have been real too. But the question is, where did the bat go and why is he in hiding now? What is he exactly doing? We know he still has all these missing kids with him. I guess maybe he's trying to finish his process of transforming them into the ultimate Bat family. Like maybe when he shows up now, he's gonna take down all these criminals, but now he's gonna have, you know, the Robins and Nightwings and Batwoman, Batgirl, Catwoman, you know, all of them with him, and they're all gonna be just as crazy and souped up off of this venom like he is. But yeah, I can definitely imagine when he comes back, he's gonna take down all of these criminals, and I can imagine the Joker is gonna be like the peak of it all, since apparently there's links between the Joker and Batman's parents being dead. But then again, the Batman and the Joker never actually kill each other, so like, who knows what will happen? And also the description for this one says, Gotham will fall. But yeah, it definitely sounds like Gotham is just a complete war zone right now, and there's really nothing being done to take care of it, so the Bat's gotta come back. Now guys, obviously today's analog horror video is a lot shorter than usual, and that's because there's only really 3 videos that we went over today. Usually we go over like 5 or more, or at least if we're going over a few videos, they're quite long. These were all quite short, but we did get a lot of information from these, so I'm still happy that I went over them. I want everyone to know that when I go over these series, I don't usually go over every new upload in the series. Like, I won't make a whole video on it unless the video is significantly long. Like, personally, I just feel like it's kind of silly to make a whole video about a 5-minute video, you know what I mean? Like, I'd rather wait till a few of them clump up and then react to all of them together. So I probably won't react to this series again until there's about like 3 or 4 or 5 more videos in it. Just like with the Superman analog horror series, I really do want to cover that one, but there's only like 2 videos in it so far, so once that one gets more, we will. Another cool thing I want to point out is that it seems like Siltrics is still working on the Flash analog horror, even though it's taking a little while longer than usual. And apparently he's making an Aquaman analog horror now too, which I just saw a post about. Again, it does seem like we're getting this whole analog horror Justice League, which is pretty sick, and I can't wait to see where it goes. Today's videos were made by the creator Siltrics, whose channel link will be at the top of the description down below. Please be sure to go and support your analog horror content creators. If you did enjoy this video, please don't forget to drop a like on it. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. I make videos like this on my channel all the time, and we're trying to hit 1 million subs before the end of the year. Also guys, if you have any theories or thoughts on where you think this series might go next, let me know in the comments down below. But alright everyone, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.